Blake Berman. He is in New Jersey. He has the latest right now on the Iran sanctions. Blake.
Hi there, Trish. And you remember when President Trump pulled the United States out of the Iran nuclear deal earlier this year in May? That set a timeline going forward for which the U.S. would reimpose sanctions on Iran. And that timeline starts to run out, I guess, is one way you could look at it, effective midnight tonight as the first batch of sanctions go in. When you sort of look through some of them, here they are. It's sanctions for buying and selling Iranian currency, along with buying Iranian sovereign debt, buying or supplying industrial metals like steel, aluminum, and coal, and Iran's automotive sector is a focus as well. The Trump administration says this is all about keeping pressure on Iran.
Our policy is not regime change, but we want to put unprecedented pressure on the government of Iran to change its behavior. And so far, they've shown no indication they're prepared to do that.
President Trump saying again today he is willing to sit down and meet with Iranian leadership. In his statement, he said the following, quote, "As we continue applying maximum economic pressure on the Iranian regime, I remain open to reaching a more comprehensive deal that addresses the full range of the regime's malign activities, including its ballistic missile program and its support for terrorism." But the Iranian leader Hassan Rouhani threw some cold water on the notion that maybe these two could sit down. As he said just a little while ago, his country has always believed in diplomacy, but he said the U.S. cannot be trusted. He also added that the president's continued insistence on sitting down and meeting is meant to create division inside Iran. Trish, that Hassan Rouhani's take just moments ago. Trish?
All right. Thank you very much, Blake Berman. All right. Let's now go to the CME to look at how commodities are reacting to these sanctions. And that's where we find Agora financial market strategist Alan Nuckman. Alan, good to see you. What are commodities traders thinking and saying about all these sanctions?
Well, a message is being sent. It's having a limited impact on commodities here today. We're seeing a little firmness in oil, and it's interesting that we're now getting some geopolitical risk premium put back in that market. We're hovering near that $70 level, and technically if we get back to those highs at 73 once again, we've been at a strong upward trend, then we should be looking at 80. Now, this is more symbolic than anything else. I don't think it's going to have any major impact on the oil market, but there's always price shock potential. You know, they did have some issues in the Straits of Hormuz with some playing around there. Could that escalate? Who knows? But right now I've got crude oil up about 75 cents after being up a quarter last week.
All right. Alan Nuckman, thank you very much. We'll keep watching it right now. Let me get to today's intel for everyone. You know, I'm saying it's not showing up in the commodities market just a whole lot yet.